Hi, I'm Scott Killen and I work in the School of Computing at Edinburgh Napier University. This presentation, Graduate Apprenticeships for Upskilling, is primarily aimed at individuals within IT-related roles looking to potentially upskill and develop their knowledge and expertise and then career prospects with a fully funded graduate apprenticeship through their current employment. First of all, I want to cover the basics. What are graduate apprenticeships, otherwise known as a GA? Graduate apprenticeships offer you the opportunity to undertake fully funded training up to honours degree level at a participating university in Scotland. They support the learning and development of new and existing employees, meaning that employers can either recruit new individuals and grow their own talent pipeline, or offer the opportunities to current staff members to help them develop their skills, knowledge, and career prospects and bring these back into their business. They're primarily in sectors that have a need for highly skilled jobs. These sectors include IT, engineering, business management, and early years and childcare. We offer a range of programs in IT, engineering, and we also offer an undergraduate degree in business management. Apprentices who participate in the program continue to work full-time, but 20% of your working week approximately is spent in university. For example, that will be on a day release basis, where you spend 1 day a week in university, or on a block release basis, where you spend 1 or 2 week blocks at a time in university and the rest of your time is spent in the workplace. The computing programs which I'll cover are offered on a day release basis. They take up to 4 years to complete, the same length of time as an on-campus traditional degree. I'll cover how that works in a little bit. The work that you do counts towards your qualification. This is known as work-based learning, where your employer with the university agrees on a set of objectives that you can then work to through your current job role, and then you'll be assessed on work-based learning reflective practices, and this report that you complete as part of this will formulate part of your degree. This is the key difference between a graduate apprenticeship and an on-campus degree. And the main aim for you is to get a job, you get paid to continue to do that job, and then you get a university degree. I want to cover eligibility now so that you understand whether you're eligible to become a graduate apprentice. The following are the primary eligibility criteria. Firstly, you must be over 16 years old, but there is no maximum age limit. We've welcomed graduate apprenticeships from a wide range of ages and backgrounds, with our youngest being 16 and our oldest being 54 years old. We often welcome existing staff members who are mid-career and looking to utilize a graduate apprenticeship offering as a way to upskill and get a degree without having to leave their employment or financial commitments that come along with that. You must be based in Scotland for work, and you must also live in Scotland. You are allowed to travel for work, but your primary work location must be in Scotland, and you will need to supply proof of both of these criteria before you join the program. Entry requirements are flexible, and work experience does count towards your application. And I know a number of you listening to this presentation will fall under the latter criteria. What we do with work experience is we take a CV or some paragraphs of your experience so far that's relevant to the role in which you're applying or the course in which you're applying, and then that's reviewed by the subject lead. And as long as you have maybe a couple of years or more experience in a relevant job role, then you should be accepted onto the course. Your job role must align with your chosen degree subject. So the key thing, as I'd covered earlier, is what you do in work counts towards your degree, and that becomes more and more emphasized as you progress through the program. So you have to have a job role that progresses and aligns with your chosen graduate apprenticeship in order for it to be successful. No learning can be repeated, but you can have a previous degree in a different subject. So if you have a computer science degree, you can't apply for a graduate apprenticeship in an IT related role, for example. But if you have a previous degree in a non-related subject to the course on which you're applying, that is absolutely no problem at all. So some of these I've covered already, but I wanted to outline the key benefits for you if you become a graduate apprentice. Firstly, and perhaps most importantly, there are no fees. You pay nothing to join the course. Your employer pays nothing to join the course, and that is for the entire duration. The funding is fully covered by Skills Development Scotland. That covers your learning costs, but your salary and any other materials that you need to purchase will not be covered. You continue to be paid as a full-time employee. Your graduate apprenticeship is factored into your working hours as part of the funding criteria. So you continue to have a full-time job and also get paid for that. You're not having to do this degree while making the financial sacrifice to leave your job and pay for a university course. You graduate with an honours degree at university. This is not an equivalent. This is the exact same as a degree that you would obtain as a traditional on-campus student on an equivalent subject. Not only will you develop your theoretical knowledge through the module content, you'll be able to develop your skills through work-based learning, and any theoretical knowledge that you gain, you can put that learning into practice in real-life situations in the workplace, contributing more to your business, which is where the employer gets their primary benefit from you joining the course. While you're doing this, you're fast-tracking your career options as well. You increase your earning potential by growing both academically and professionally as you progress through your degree. And you also have fully matriculated student status as part of the program. So you can benefit from full access to university facilities or support, and of course student discounts. The one thing that you're not exempt from is council tax payments. Unfortunately, you still have to pay council tax because you are a full-time employee. But other than that, most of the discounts you can get as a student, you will have access to. So when is a graduate apprenticeship ideal for you? If you have a clear idea of the career you want to pursue, then a graduate apprenticeship is a great mechanism to enable that. If you're in a job role and you have a strong understanding of where a degree could take you in that organization, add to your job role or enhance your prospects in any other way through your current job, then a graduate apprenticeship will definitely be of benefit. If training and development opportunities are limited in your current role, or you're perhaps overlooked for promotions because you don't have a degree, for example, you can use a graduate apprenticeship to further enhance those opportunities. No longer do you have to leave your current job or reduce your hours in order to take on a paid university course that's going to impact heavily on your personal life and be separate from your day job. If you're well organized, you feel confident with the demands of working and studying at the same time. There is an increased demand on a graduate apprenticeship that you will be doing self-study as well as working and trying to balance a personal life as well. If you're well organized right from the start and you're confident in how you're going to manage your time, this will be of great benefit to you. And then again, if you've not been to university, you've wanted to take that step for some time, maybe you've gotten into work, you've gotten used to the income, and you've wanted to go and do a university degree, but the financial commitments of leaving work are too difficult, that's no longer going to be an issue because you're paid to do the degree essentially. In the School of Computing, we have a total of 4 graduate apprenticeships available. Those are the BSc Honours in IT Management for Business. Now, this course is the broadest of all of our graduate apprenticeships in terms of scope and potential career paths. This program is designed to equip graduates with key skills in technical aspects of computing such as networking, programming, and databases, alongside key business and project management skills while developing problem solving and communicative ability. The technical component of this program primarily comes at the early stages of the program, years 1 and 2, to give you foundational knowledge, and then goes on to the more business and project management components. Our BSc Honours Software Development. From that course, apprentices can gain an enhanced knowledge and understanding of software development and the broader computing discipline. This graduate apprenticeship has a strong focus on the software development aspects of computing, combining theory and practice. Components include technology, software project management, and in the latter stages, software architecture. Our Bachelor's of Engineering with honours in cybersecurity allows apprentices to gain an enhanced knowledge of cybersecurity and develop the skills to adapt to challenging situations across a global computing infrastructure. This program is the most technical and practical of the graduate apprenticeships we offer, and includes the foundation knowledge of technology that you gain on the other programs, but then goes into specialize in certain areas such as network security and forensics. The newest of our graduate apprenticeships that we offer is the BSc Honours in Data Science. From this course, apprentices will receive a grounding in fundamental software development before specialising in the emerging field of data science. The simplest way to put that, in the early stages of the course, the first year is identical to our BSc Honours Software Development Graduate Apprenticeship. So you learn the technology fundamentals before going on to specialise in areas such as statistical techniques, data analytics, and machine learning. The structure of all 4 of our graduate apprenticeships in computing follow the same study pattern. They commence annually in September and operate on a day release basis over a full calendar year, rather than a traditional university course, which typically runs from September until May. Now, with that day release basis, you'll attend university 1 day per week in years 1 and 2, and then 1 day per month in years 3 and 4. With year 1, you'll attend on a Thursday, and year 2, you'll attend on a Tuesday. Now, with the study pattern in that, you will be coming to class at 9 o'clock start, and you will be doing 1 lecture and tutorial in the morning with an hour lunch, and then a lecture and tutorial in the afternoon, finishing up at around 5:30. In years 3 and 4, the lectures that you do will be delivered in a blended format. That means you'll be doing the lectures remotely, going through recorded lectures, online materials in your own time, before coming in 1 Wednesday per month to do the practical component of that lecture through an intensive session. Throughout the year in year 3 and 4, you'll also be doing work-based learning, which is much more emphasized in the latter stages of your program as opposed to years 1 and 2, where you focus on that more over the summer months. And with those summer months in years 1 and 2, with the work-based learning being the primary component of that, there's more opportunity to take holidays during that time. And in terms of your practical assessments and exams, there's a real mixture there. There's no exams in year 1, for example, and we make sure that that's very varied for you, and that will include practical assignments and class tests that are done in your scheduled lectures. You'll have exams, which are maybe the more familiar format to you, where you'll be in an exam hall, individual desk with an invigilator, and that will be separately timetabled for you. You'll be doing a mixture of group and individual projects, as well as your work-based learning reports, which, as I said, they encompass half of the program in years 3 and 4, and the emphasis and complexity of those increases as you progress through the degree. Now, in terms of potential career paths from your graduate apprenticeship, these can vary greatly depending on your current job role, the structure of your workplace, and the opportunities that they can provide you, as well as the ones that you want to do. But I do want to just give a couple of examples that maybe contextualize that for you. So looking at the IT Management for Business degree, as I said, this one is probably the broadest of all of the programs that we offer, and you can go into a number of IT management related work streams. So IT consultancy, where for example, you're in an organization and you work with third-party clients, or you're the bridge in the business between the IT and business functions. You can go into project management or IT service management. This program's actually quite well aligned with professional certifications such as Agile PM, Prince2, Scrum, and ITIL V4 for service management. The software development graduate apprenticeship, you can go into software project management, as well as a developer, a programming role, a developer in test, database architecture or development. This one's a bit more contained in terms of the disciplines that you can go on to do, but there's certainly quite a lot of variety there. And from the cybersecurity course, cybersecurity analyst, information security consultant, network architect are some of the roles that you can go on to. Our newest program in data science, this is very much an emerging course, so there's maybe less familiarity in terms of what you can go on to do, but some of the roles would include a data scientist, data analyst, data engineer in business intelligence, maybe machine learning or artificial intelligence as well. As a graduate apprentice, you have the exact same levels of support from the university as you would as a traditional on-campus student, and that includes support from module leaders, program leaders, advice on study skills, report writing, presentations, as well as mental well-being. But what I want to cover here is the support mechanisms that you have that are unique to you as a graduate apprentice. First of all, you have a dedicated advisor with regards to day-to-day support, access to websites, your virtual learning environment, any questions that you need answered. This is in order to alleviate the lack of on-campus time that you would have as opposed to an on-campus student. As a graduate apprentice, we also ask that your employer provides you with a workplace mentor that will give you day-to-day support and also meet regularly with the university to discuss progress, support needed, any concerns that you or the employer might have. And they are also given university material on the course and how best to support you as an apprentice. Your program lead is the person that supports you from a study perspective and covers your entire course. So you'll have lecturers that look after you for individual modules, and your program looks after progress with you from all aspects of study on your course. They're separate from the workplace, and you can have confidential conversations with them regarding concerns about your academic study or even things that are going on in the workplace. You have a work-based learning visitor who meets with you and your work-based mentor to discuss your work-based learning targets and talk about progress and performance. You'll be dedicated to this person from the very start of the course, and they will meet you each trimester at your workplace or virtually. And myself, as the employer liaison, I work with your employer in order to ensure that you are supported through your registration process and onboarded, know how to get to us on the first day. And I also regularly update your employer on any university updates or progress, and if there is anything that you have as an apprentice after you join the course with respect to employment queries and how that links with the university, I'm also available to discuss that. So if anyone does have any questions that they want to ask following this presentation, you're more than welcome to get in touch with me directly to ask. I'll provide email details at the end of the presentation, but what I wanted to do in the meantime was cover some common questions that I often receive from prospective applicants. So when did the courses start? Week commencing 7th of September 2020. If you join the program in first year, your first day will be Thursday the 10th of September, and that will be an induction day followed by classes from the 17th of September. And if you join directly into year 2, that will be the 8th and the 15th. What are the minimum working hours? So you need to work 28 hours a week, including your university allocated time. So essentially, you need to be working 3 days a week plus your university day as your minimum working hours. This is because the funding requirements state that apprentices' university time must be included in your working hours. So if you're speaking to your employer to ask about joining a graduate apprenticeship, you cannot work the university day as a free study day. That needs to be factored into your working week. Is a graduate apprenticeship the same qualification as a traditional degree? Yes. You get a bachelor's with honours degree at university once you complete your graduate apprenticeship. It's not an equivalent to a degree, but not the exact same. You get the certificate, you go to the graduation ceremony at Edinburgh Napier Hall. Everything is the same in terms of the qualification that you receive. What are the study demands outside of university days? Now, self-directed study for a graduate apprenticeship is essential, and we advise that you keep on top of your studies from week 1, allowing 4 to 5 hours a week, a couple of evenings or an evening or a weekend morning. You might not need to use all of this time each week, but allow yourself that time and get organized to allocate certain times for self-directed study and keep on top of it week to week rather than waiting until close to assessment deadlines, and that should help you manage your time. And you can also reduce your study time significantly if you keep organized and ask for help as soon as possible at work and at university. With university, we don't do too much what we would call hand-holding and ask you if there's an issue. You can get help on anything, but you need to go and ask for that help. And the workplace, that's why we ask you to find a workplace mentor so they can help you with any aspects that you're struggling with. As a graduate apprentice, you have the advantage of being able to ask for expertise in technology, for example, that will alleviate time that you would need to study that at home. Do graduate apprentices need their own software, their own laptop? You don't need to buy your own software, but the employer is not responsible for providing that for you, so it is recommended. If you cannot get access to a laptop, we do provide free laptop loans from the university, and you should ensure that any laptops that you do have or are provided by your workplace have permissions to access university software. Are there cost implications if you leave the course for any reason? No. There's no financial penalty for you or your employer if you have to leave a graduate apprenticeship for any reason, such as a redundancy, or if you fail the program for any reason. There is no financial penalty for any party. It's not a scenario that I often like to cover, but it just means that it gives you a peace of mind to cover any worst case scenario. Thank you for taking the time to go through my presentation today. If you have any further questions or you're interested in discussing our graduate apprenticeships further, you can contact me on the email address shown, s.killen@napier.ac.uk, or for more information, you can visit our website, napier.ac.uk/apprenticeship.